Number 10 is to, if you want to grow your business, you've got to embrace the power of virtual assistants. And thankfully, I started, using virtual assistants more than 10 years ago, and that's helped me to build a very, very successful business. But it's not too late. The sooner you get on board with this, the better. What can your virtual assistants do? Basically, anything you can systemize, they can do. Here are just some of the tasks, like clearing basic customer support emails, data entry, diary management, updating price lists, resizing images, fixing your website, keyword research, video editing, basic bookkeeping. There's so many things that they can do for you. In fact, we actually have a list now of 105 different things that you can outsource. Now, where do you go? There's lots of different places that are out there. We've tried lots of different countries. We've had the most amount of success, if you want to know, with the Philippines overall. So it's just not as effective. And you can get amazing people in the Philippines, and they can help you to grow your business at a fraction of what it would cost to hire someone locally. You can start with just one, and then you can grow a team as well. And some of our clients now have teams of 40, 50 staff. Now, I believe there's someone in this group that actually specializes in helping people to find and hire virtual staff, and they're called affordableStaff.com.au. So definitely check it out and kind of keep it in the family, so to speak, and use the network that you're a part of and help each other. This service here is also specializes in helping people specifically looking for virtual staff in the real estate industry. So check it out, and you'll probably find out more about these guys soon. All right, so let's just check in. I have done my best to try and cover 10 different ways in order to grow your business. And what I'll do is I'll sort of just wrap it up if it's okay. And then what I'll do is I'll then stay around for 5-10 minutes if there is time for questions. If there's not, that's totally fine. But if there is, I'm happy to stay a little bit longer and add some value. Basically wanted to share, if you wanted to sort of know more about how I could help you and how we could spend some more time together, we run this incredible workshop, which is called 52 Ways. And what I share is I share 52 different strategies to grow your business. We talk about, we have a whole different sort of like a whole lot more time together. So we do marketing, we do sales, we have a section on leadership, we have on team building, we have on websites, social media, technology, and finance. So it's a much more comprehensive, much more in-depth. We cover a lot more ground, and it's free. So in order to find out more, you just go to this website here, 52ways.com, 52ways.com. We have a workshop coming up next Tuesday that you can tap into for free. Just go to the website and you'll find out all of the dates and details. All right, so I'm going to kind of wrap it up there. Say big thank you for having me here, and I'm happy to stick around for another 5 or 10 minutes if there is time for questions. Hopefully you've enjoyed the presentation, got some good value from it, and now I really love you to take these ideas and put them into action in your business. Because remember, in business, you don't get paid for what you know, only the things that you do, only the things that you implement. So make sure you take these ideas and put them into action. All right, Michael, back to you.
Dale, that was like an ever-ready little bunny. I turned you on, and then and look, I've been with you for a couple of years, so I'm used to that. And I was trying where possible. I felt like Ivy, actually, because I was putting all the websites into the chat along there. It was almost like a business blueprint session. So thank you ever so much. Can we get a massive round of applause for Dale? I would love to think that people have just been taking note after note after note. The chat has gone crazy. We've got a couple of, I've got all the links in through to there. Dale, with Business Blueprint, when you came across March, April, obviously Sydney was very different to Melbourne. March, April this year, you have very much a face-to-face group. We have our sessions every 3 months. It's very much around live events. You had to really quickly, almost on a dime, you had to switch. What happened behind the scenes of Business Blueprint, and how have you gone and you've seen that across the board with your clients?
It's interesting because one of the things that that we kind of recommend, to our clients is every single year, just spend half an hour and think about, what are the strengths of what you're doing? What are the kind of weaknesses in your model? What are the opportunities that are yet to be kind of like tapped into? And what are some of the threats? So you've all heard of this before, the SWOT analysis. It's called strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And one of the threats to our business has been that we run a lot of live events. We run about 60 live events each year. And so I thought to myself a number of years ago, what about if I can't travel? What about if I didn't think of a global pandemic, but I thought to myself, how do I continue to help people without having to be on 60, 70 flights a year? And so that's when 5 years ago I actually built a TV studio in my office here. The camera's pointing on me right now, but we've got 4 or 5 cameras here, and I've got sets over there, and we've got an amazing team that make it all kind of happen. There's some of the cameras going right now. So
thanks, Andy. Is that Andy in there? Is he?
Enoch is here in the studio, and Andy's here as well. There's a saying, and that is dig the well before you need the water. So we did that 5 years ago. We dug the well, we invested in the studio, and we were kind of just having some fun with it, using it for some events. But then in March this year, we had to switch from all of our events being live and in person to all being live but online, and we were able to do that very successfully because we already had made that investment. So I spoke a lot about investing in technology, and I think the sooner that you do that, the better. And by the way, I do believe that we will get through this. Of course, we will get through this. However, things will change, and I believe that 30% of meetings, the face-to-face meetings, will never come back because now we're all conditioned to be helping people, to be attending conferences and training online. Like for more than 20 years, I've driven into the city to see my accountant, every quarter. A few weeks ago, I just called him up and said, "Hey, do I have to come into the city? Can we just do it over Skype?" He said, "Yeah, sure. No, I'll do it over Zoom. Sure, no problem." And so, we still see each other, but now it's completely different. So we have to get prepared for this new normal. And I think we will. A lot of people still love to have the face-to-face experience, but I do believe that that this has now formed a habit for everyone. And so many people now have, whatever it is, whether it's, Zoom accounts or WebEx or whatever they're using. And so I think about 30% of meetings and sales presentations will be done in this new kind of like online format. And so the thing that I don't want people to do is to just to wait it out and just go, "Oh, I'm just going to wait and go back to the way that I did things before." We're never going to go back to normal. Is never going to be the same again. We have to, rather than bounce back, we're going to bounce forward to a new paradigm, a new reality. And so, and that's going to be using technology, a lot more than you are right now in order to grow in the future.
And thank you, Dale, for that. That's fantastic. Rob, are there any questions in the group, or is anybody? I've only got Dale on my screen, so I'll go across to gallery view. Has anyone else got some questions in through to there, or Rob?
Just a lot of comments, but anyone, if you'd like to.
Has anybody got a question specific for Dale? There's so much information there, Dale. They've probably sort of sat back and gone, "Wow, that was a massive wow." Thank you ever so much, Dale. What we will do, I've already put in the 52 ways link in through to there, and I started from the beginning. I started to put in Whoop Social and so forth. I've got a screen in a second, which I'll bring up, which is also again the 52 ways. I would like to, and probably encourage you to jump on board if you think that you got some information today. So Dale's created a hybrid, and I've asked him to try and cut it as much as he can, and he squeezed as much as he can. And you can see what I say about him being so generous. 52 ways on Tuesday. It's a 3-hour session. I've had a couple of my clients go. I've attended the 2 of the last 4. And even though I work with you, Dale, I'm still picking up more and more information. That's what I like, is it's constantly evolving. So Tuesday next week, 10 o'clock till 1 o'clock. Is that what it is, Dale?
Yeah, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. It's 3 hours, little intermission in between. And it's action packed. You grab your pen, take notes, and I just deliver huge value over that 3 hours. So yeah, you'll absolutely love it.
Dale, just got one little, it's a question. It's probably an interesting one. You might not have had this one before. What did Dale eat for breakfast? Great energy.
What did I have? I sort of like skipped breakfast today. I do like an intermittent fasting. So I normally kind of wait until like 11 o'clock to eat. But I had a broccoli and chicken salad for lunch today.
but Jody, you're right. Fantastic energy. It's again, Dale, it's my absolute pleasure. And thank you ever so much. When I reached out to Dale and the team at Business Blueprint, and this is the thing, Dale's international speaker, part of the Speakers Association, author, bloody good guy, down to earth is just quite simply. But one of the things which I looked at is I said to Dale, Robin and I were a part of the event in February this year, and we started to take on board some of the discussions around contact spheres and groups. And this is really how the Real Estate Resources Group was created. Mark was there as well, but Robin and I were in Sydney together. And I reached out to Dale and said, this is what we've done with the group, 6 months, we're getting there. And I would love it if you were to able to come along and speak. And so generously, Dale has given up his time. So thank you, my friend. It is absolutely brilliant. I will see you I'll see you Tuesday. I'll join in on Tuesday. And again, if we can give a really big round of applause and thank you for Dale Beaumont from Business Blueprint.
Thanks, Michael. Nice to meet you, everyone. Thank you.
My pleasure.
That was amazing.
Beautiful. Thank you. I'll jump back into the presentation as we wrap up towards the end.